Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Desi TV USA, DTVNN. I am Tabinda Gul. Let's take a look at the headlines. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump ramp up efforts to sway undecided voters in key battleground states. Trump criticized FEMA response to Hurricane Helene's appeals to North Carolina voters. Blinken heads to Middle East for ceasefire talk amid Gaza conflict. State Department briefing Blinken to push for ceasefire in Middle East. UAE offers to mediate peace talks in Russia-Ukraine conflict ahead of BRICS summit. These are headlines. Lead to news details. In the race for the White House, both Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris and her Republican rival former President Donald Trump are stepping up their efforts to win over undecided voters. With the election just weeks away, both candidates are focusing their attention on pivotal battleground states. Kamala Harris has been touring the Midwest, attending rallies and town hall meetings, emphasizing her platform on healthcare, education, and economic stability. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has been holding large-scale rallies across the South and Midwest, reinforcing his commitment to economic growth, national security, and conservative values. Both candidates are leaving no stone unturned hopes to secure every last vote in these closely contested regions. Analysts suggest that the outcome in these battleground states could be the deciding factor in these highly anticipated elections. The stage is set, and with the race tightening, the push for support among undecided voters is now in full swing. We will keep you updated on any developments on the campaign intensifies. In the heated run-up to the U.S. presidential elections, Republican candidate Donald Trump took to North Carolina, where he addressed a pre-elections rally. Speaking to a crowd in Asheville, a city recently ravaged by historic flooding due to Hurricane Helene, Trump criticized the federal government's response to the disasters. In the wake of this horrible storm, many Americans in this region felt helpless and abandoned and left behind by their government, Trump declared, pointing finger at FEMA's handling to relief efforts. He pledged to support the storm-damaged regions and promised that a new crew would help you in a proper manner. North Carolina remains a critical battleground, and Trump's message appears aimed at swing voters who might be dissatisfied with the current administration's emergency response. The state, which Trump narrowly won in 2020, could once again play a pivotal role in the upcoming elections. As the elections approaches, both campaigns are ramping up their efforts in key swing states. We will keep you updated on all the latest developments, so stay tuned. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is heading to the Middle East, aiming to negotiate a ceasefire in the ongoing Gaza war. His visit also seeks to address concerns over the potential spillover of violence into Lebanon. This latest diplomatic push comes as the region faces heightening tensions and urgent calls for peace. We will keep you updated as the situations develop. In a recent State Department briefing, Principal Deputy Spokesperson Vedant Patel announced that Secretary of State Antony Blinken will be heading to the Middle East. The aim is to initiate negotiation for a ceasefire in the ongoing Gaza conflicts and to ease tensions in Lebanon. The briefing highlighting Washington's continued efforts to stabilize the regions amid escalating violence. More updates are expected as the diplomatic missions unfold. In a significant diplomatic development, UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan met with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss the ongoing war in Ukraine. During their talk, Sheikh Mohammed emphasized his support for peace initiative, including mediating prisoner exchange between Ukraine and Russia. President Putin praised the mediation efforts of both Sheikh Mohammed and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, acknowledging their roles in seeking a resolution to the conflict. The meeting comes just ahead of the BRICS summit, highlighting a renewed push for diplomacy as the international community seeks to de-escalate tensions in the region. We will continue to bring you updates as these diplomatic efforts unfold. We are excited to announce that the early voting has officially begun across America. This is an important opportunity for US citizens to make their voices heard ahead of election days. Early voting allows you to cast your ballot at your convenience to a candidate you like, ensuring that your vote counts in shaping the future of your communities and country. Desi TV USA, DTV NN, and our OTT platform DTV Flix, Pakistan Chronicle, South Asian Chronicle, encouraging everyone to take advantage of these opportunities. Check your local election office for detail on early voting locations and hours in your area. Remember, your participation is vital to US democracy and your democratic rights. Let's make our voices heard. Please stay engaged and must vote and tell others to vote. There are a few Pakistani Americans contesting elections throughout the USA and especially in Texas Fort Bend County, Harris County, Dallas County, and Bexar County. Early voting October 21st through November 1st, 2024. Election day is only Tuesday in November, and it's on November 5th, Tuesday. If you miss early voting, it is important to note that the general elections in the United States is scheduled for Tuesday, November 5th, 2024.
You came to this country for a brighter future for you and your loved ones. You've made it this far. Now it's time to become a citizen. With citizenship, you gain the right to vote, access to federal jobs, the ability to keep your family closer, and the freedom to travel with a U.S. passport. These are just a few of the benefits waiting for you when you become eligible. We're here to help you through the process with free resources and personalized guidance. Together, we can make it easier. Get started at becomeacitizentoday.com.
Meet the tools that help reduce flood risk across Harris County. From channels to stormwater detention basins to floodplain preservation, the Harris County Flood Control District manages each one with a single goal: flood risk reduction. Because they impact our quality of life with benefits like avoided damages, an expanded urban forest, and room for trails and green spaces. Flood risk reduction efforts have an impact on our quality of life. Learn more at hcfcd.org.
This is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. Desi TV USA, DTV NN, and our OTT platform DTV Flix, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.